I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll again define sequence and try to understand from a graph whether it represents a sequence or not. The question here is, explain if the following graphs represent a sequence or not. We are given two different graphs. So if you notice carefully, in the first graph we have a dashed line which is joining the point 4 as y-intercept and 4 as x-intercept. Both 4's are included. In the second graph, we have the similar dashed line. However, there is one difference. The y-intercept 4 is not included. There's a hole there. So that is what it is. Now, looking into that, what do you say? Do both of them represent a sequence? Or one of them represent a sequence, or both do not represent a sequence? That is the question before you. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then listen to my suggestion. Well, let me give you the answer first, and then we'll give the reason also. Here, B is a sequence. This is a sequence. However, this is not a sequence. Reason is this number 4. For sequence, what is the domain? Domain of a sequence is what? That is kind of important to understand. Domain of sequence always belongs to set of natural numbers. And natural numbers do not include 0. That is why the first one is not a sequence. Correct? Now the second one. Here we are not including 4, but then these dashed lines, what do they include? So is there between values included? Whenever we are writing dashed values, in that case it is important to understand that at times discrete points could be connected with the dashed values. Do you understand? So it is a way of representing. I have not shown a solid line, right? So since we do not have solid line, we'll assume discrete values. It represents discrete values. Do you understand? Since it is not a solid line, it represents discrete sequence. Now, in this discrete sequence, we have to specify that the domain belongs to set of natural numbers. Since we do not have solid line, this line represents discrete values only. Do you understand? So the domain here is belonging to natural numbers. It is not set of real numbers. Correct? And therefore, by default, when we write these dotted lines, then the points are the discrete points, the value at 1, 2, 3, and 4 for us. And therefore, part B is a sequence, but part A is not a sequence. So do you agree with me? So that is a huge way of understanding. So that is very important for us to understand. So when we have a graph and we write or we show it with a dotted line, we are actually representing connected discrete values. Okay, so that is how we have to look at the sequence. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.